Three Sons RC. Got the boys out here, and we're visiting M2C Racing. Got Mitch Looper in the background. Say what's up, Mitch.
Hello, guys. How you doing?
All right, so we're just checking out the shop here. You got 5 CNC machines out here that he can do all sorts of stuff. Cool shop. M2C just killing it, just supporting the RC community. So we just wanted to come on by and just see what goes on. And Mitch was nice enough to give us a tour of the place. Just got some great parts that they put out, supporting the community, and the technology they got going in is just top of the line. You wouldn't tell it from running up to this place, but man, they got some stuff going on in here. So yeah, I just thought I'd give you guys a little bit of peek of what they all do here at M2C.
What's going on, YouTube? Three Sons RC coming back at you with another bench video. Now, we're out here at M2C, and we're going to be helping Mitch Looper out here with his EXB Arrma Kraton. So we're excited, honored, privileged to be hanging out with him today. But I'm going to be just dropping the electronics in here. We're going to be setting up this servo. We got Protect servo. We got a Robinson Racing 16-tooth pinion we're going to be dropping in there. Basic stock BLX 185 system in there. Not going to be going crazy. First thing I did was obviously got the red Loctite on here because we need some time because we're going to be bashing it later. We're not going to wait the 24 hours, unfortunately. So we're going to be dropping that in there. So I already got that setting in there with the Loctite. But let me run through this EXB and kind of talk about a couple things that I look for in a vehicle before we get it out there and bash. And so we're going to talk about the EXB Kraton and what we do with that too. But first off, let me talk about what we're going to set up. So the first thing you want to do is make sure that your droop is set correctly. You know what droop is. If you look at these little droop ears down the bottom, see those little ears of the chassis that stick out there? Up in there, there's a screw, okay? You see that screw? That's a droop screw. What that does is it actually makes the arm, it adjusts it up and down a little bit based upon how tight or loose you do that screw. So the whole point is you don't want your arm to be fully extended and no pressure on that spring when you impact. So when you land, you want the arm to be slightly in, so there's a little bit of tension on that spring, so it's not fully extended. If it is fully extended and you haven't adjusted your droop screw, you will break that shock rod out. Okay, not all the time, but you could easily break it with that. So what you do is you adjust that droop screw. It puts a little bit of tension on here. The way I like to do that droop screw, check out a video, Three Sons RC, where I talk about how to set your droop. But a quick little summary is I like to pop this top one off and actually do it that way as opposed to doing it down here, just because this thing's a pain to put in sometimes. So I'll take the top off, and basically what you do is adjust the bottom droop screw until it puts a little bit of tension, brings up the arm a little bit, so that way when you slide this puppy on the top, you have to compress the shock just a little bit. Just a little bit. So that's how you're going to set your droop. So that's just kind of a quick way to do that. So we're going to be setting the droop. We're going to be setting the mesh on the engine. There's enough videos out there about how to set your mesh. It's pretty simple. Want to do that little TikTok, right? We're also going to be working on his tires here. We're going to be venting his tires. I got another video on that, but we're going to tape those up with duct tape right there, drill some holes in the top, watch a video from Three Sons RC about how to do that. We're going to be dropping these electronics in here. We're super excited to do that. But let me talk about this EXB Kraton. So props to Arrma. Just an awesome job with this Arrma Kraton. They just listened to the community and just changed so many little things about this vehicle that makes it such a formidable piece out there. So love this bumper. Probably one of my favorite things besides the diffs is this front bumper. This thing is just beastly. You can see it has a little impact zone in the front. It just doesn't give much. It also is a skid plate, which is nice. Has 3 screws that attach. Actually, it's 5. 2 in the back, right there, and then 3 in the front. So it's attached right up into this little brace right here, this pin block. So it's so impressive, actually, just talking to Mitch here, that he's thinking about, and you might see it coming in the future, he might redesign this front a hinge pin right here, because Mitch has the M2C Hinge Pin Kits, which honestly Arrma's put out a great vehicle here, but there's nothing that really compares to his Hinge Pin Kits that really come together, that locks in the front, the back, comes with upgraded pins right here too, and it comes with Delrin inserts. A lot of times the aluminum Hinge Pin Kits, they can get worn out, and then all of a sudden you're throwing out your whole block and you have to replace the whole thing. Well, Mitch has an ingenious idea. He puts little Delrin inserts on the inside of where that hinge pin goes into the block. And so if you're to wear that out, you just pop the new Delrin insert in there, so you don't have to throw the thing away. So props to Mitch, so putting together a nice piece there. So no adjustments really needed to put in the M2C hinge pin kit in the back, but the front one will not work with this bumper. It can work with other bumpers, so that's fine. No problems there. But if you want to use this bumper, he's thinking about redesigning it. So props to Mitch on that. But a lot of other things that they've changed about this vehicle. Obviously, got the 7075 shock towers, 7075 chassis, and this is great for you know, good medium-sized sends. If you're going Rich Duper Bash or RC Dude 81 big, then you know, you might need a little bit more, because this is not going to handle 100-foot plus airs constantly. It's going to noodle on you, or at least bend a little bit, even though it is 775. It's a great starting point, so don't hear what I'm not saying. It's a great piece of kit. But an M2C Goliath chassis is really for ultimate bashing, and just no cares or worries about ever bending the thing or breaking it. It's just really hard to do that. You know, that's an but this is a great piece from Arrma. So good job there on the aluminum chassis. Great job. Also the chassis braces, right out the back, aluminum, so that's great. Good job, Arrma, on that. Thicker towers, actually same thickness, but 7075. They also got thicker, stronger arms. So you can see these are burly. These are a lot like the Mojave arms that are thick like that. So they're super burly. The front hinge pin, these front upper hinge pins, these are retained. These are really nice, super strong. Great job there, Arrma, listening to us. You know, they also got these caps on the end. Just so many little things. Even these pins right here, they're upgraded. The standoffs are upgraded. Gosh, there's probably a couple things I forget. These turnbuckles in the back. So many different things they've changed on this truck. They've listened to the community, so props to Arrma. Good job. Appreciate y'all. Can't even believe they did this. Arrma's just not playing around. We got this COVID-19 thing going on, and you know, Arrma's not playing around. They're still working over there. While others are playing around, you know, these guys are just working, right? Producing a lot of things. Got the Outcast 8 coming out. Got the Arrma, the 3S line just got redone. So they're just doing some work. So we're excited to be bashing out here, installing all these parts for Mitch. And you'll probably see. Alright, so I dropped the ESC in there, and actually I'm using a V4 ESC because I need to do the XT90, so I switched out the ESC on here. Got it wired in, all the wires going, and here's a little thing. This is simple, right? But make sure you use all the little spacers, because I Loctite those down, and I don't know how these slip down in the body panel. And yeah, I got to redo those real quick. And also, put a little yoga mat down here on the bottom of the battery. Richard Duper Bash, appreciate y'all. A little tech tip there from him. And we're getting pretty close to the end here, guys. Let's go. All right, real quick, one thing that Mitch has on his site that if you want, I'm going to put a link in the description, is these locking nuts. Now, Arrma's got the slided, serrated grooves, and they're okay. They grab on a little bit, but see how those big fat grooves right there? What happens is, because they're fatter like that, when the tire starts spinning, it could possibly heat up and it'll actually fill those grooves, and it actually grabs on tighter, unlike what the Arrmas will do. So if you're having issues with lock nuts staying on, this is just a great little improvement. So just props to Mitch and the team over at M2C. Feel free to pick some of these up. We're going to put these on the EXB and we're going to go smash it, baby. Yeah. All right, so we got this receiver here, double-sided tape to the bottom here. I grabbed a couple pieces of yoga mat, just shredded it up real quick, and just shoved it in the corner. So if that were to break free, it's still not going to bounce around with the type of punishment these receivers get. You want to make sure to secure that so it doesn't damage it. All right, Mitch, what you think? Got the EXB set up?
We ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, baby. Mitch Looper over here at M2C Racing. We got this thing all set up. We got the stock electronics. We have this fancy Pro or something remote that he's got on here. This thing is more advanced than a computer, at least an Atari 64, I think. So we got the ISI set up. We got all the wiring set up. We got a yoga mat underneath the battery. We got a yoga mat underneath the servo here. Droop is set. Tires are vented. We are ready to go.